We begin today with a question from a listener in Thomasville, Alabama, who writes, "Could you explain why in John chapter 6, verse 70, it says, in reference to Judas, that he was a devil?"
Well, in verse 70 of chapter 6, it reads, Jesus answered them, "Have not I chosen you 12, and one of you is a devil?" And that word, by the way, and I'd like to call attention to that, is not really the word for demon even. It is the word that's used for the devil. Judas, in somehow or another, is unique in the sense of here is a man that was in the presence of the Lord Jesus for 3 years, and he still would deny him and reject him and sell him. May I say to you, it seems that a thing like that would be impossible. And he's called a devil, not the devil, but a devil. In other words, here is a real child of the devil. And to do this, I would take it one of the worst sins that anyone could commit is to know the Lord Jesus and then to reject him like this. Now, somebody says, well, this is something you don't see today. Well, may I say to you, I've been in the ministry a long time. I go way back to 1930, and I've seen them come, and I've seen them go, and I have met some interesting folk and some of the greatest saints of this century. I have met several along the way that I actually believe could be put in the same class with Judas Iscariot. One man, I got to know him because he was on my staff, and he knew nothing about the Bible, however. I never met a man in Christian service who was as ignorant of the Bible as he was ignorant of the Bible. Yet he made a profession of faith. He made a great impression on folk, and I saw this man sell the Lord Jesus. He got more than 30 pieces of silver, but he sure sold him. And he was one I personally could have had no confidence in, nor did I. I did not respect him. I did not have confidence in him, but he made a real profession that is real in the sense that it was before people. Why, you would think that he was one of the saints, and that when the saints come marching in, he'd be leading the band. But I want to say I never was so disappointed in a person in my life as I was in this man. So I know that it's possible to sink down to the level of a man like Judas Iscariot. Judas Iscariot never knew the Lord Jesus at all. The man I refer to, I'm confident, did not know him at all. He had the verbiage of fundamentalism. He'd been around the conservatives all of his life, brought up by a mother that was a believer, and he knew all the vocabulary that you're supposed to know. But all he did was just know the vocabulary. So this man Judas was a devil, and he was more than just demon-possessed. He was actually of the nature of the devil himself. And you can't get any worse than that. And I think there are folk like that today, as I've indicated. I think I've run across one or two in my ministry.